Hola, bienvenidos. Soy Gosia de Agencia Cósmica. Hoy tendremos el video que estáis esperando mucho. Es el tema de la gente no real. El video tardará, no sé, si media hora más o menos. Y quiero comentar algunas cosas al final del video. Entonces, que disfrutáis mucho esta información que honestamente no fue fácil para mí asimilar mentalmente porque el concepto de la gente no real no era exactamente lo que yo imaginaba antes. Pero bueno, no quiero influenciaros en vuestra percepción de este video y de esta información y nos vemos al final del video. Hello Sparu, thank you for being with me again. Today I want to talk about a topic that is very much on my mind. You mentioned a few times the existence of unreal people. Who are they exactly and how do they differ from real people? Can you define the real people? Hello Gosia, I am happy to be here today too. Real people are those who actually have a soul, people who have been in other places before. The rest doesn't have a soul. They react with the program only, a matrix program. Take them out of the program and they don't know how to react. This is why so many simply cannot and will not awaken, even if you explain what's going on using mopeds. A collective essence, hive mind, computerized digital mind, AI, not a true soul from source. The program is complex, so they look like they are reacting sentient, but they are not. But you can defeat the program. You can see the matrix in the reaction of the people. Watch carefully and you will be mind-blown as you start to predict things, events, and attitudes. Many real people with souls are not meant to be awakened. They are there for the spiritual experience that they will be having being incarnated there. They are there for the ride, not for a mission. The matrix is real and not a theory. I will not go into the technical matters on the how this is achieved, only on the effects it has as an experience. The matrix reads your mind and manifests an illusion stimulating your 5 senses, so you experience the illusion you wanted. Also, if more people want the same illusion, then it works faster because it's a collective. The same way they all manifest anything, a country with economic problems, a volcano, anything, it's all an illusion. The outside world is nothing but a mirror reflection of the inner world of the people in it. What you see in the world, its problems, its wonderful things, its art, its wars, its suffering, is the perfect reflection of the mind of the people in it. What is outside is inside. You change the inside, you change the outside. So the false people are nothing more than more of the same. You see more people, but they are more matrix. And they don't differ from more volcanic eruptions or more taxes or more of anything. They differ from real people because although they look alike and are almost undistinguishable from the real ones, they are detectable by anyone with practice though, there is no one inside them, no soul, no person having an experience. They are just energy. It appears to be that only 1 in 5 people on Earth is real. Those are the key people manifesting the matrix. The unreal ones are working with a single hive mind brain. The memory in that brain is like the Akashic records. Okay, let's dissect this. Do the unreal people get born like everyone else? Again, from what perspective? In this case, your perspective only. You are one of the real ones, so it's your perspective we are discussing here. From your perspective, they don't. I mean, do they begin this life as babies? They appear as energy in your way in the street when you are walking, and they disappear when you no longer place any attention to them. They are not born. They appear as a person in form, and then they are gone forever. You may also see the same person over and over every day, and it's only a program. And you can also interact with them. They are a program inside a program. As there are buildings, there are people. As there is wind, there are people. In certain areas, there will be some people as recurrent programs. This also ties with the debate we were having the other day. What is reality? If something is not in your attention, is it there? I no longer place my attention on them, they disappear, but then I see that person again in a week. How are they back to life? They are not appearing into life. They only appear to be alive. But at first, you can never know if they are real or not. Some are real people having their experience. Are they my individual program or collective? You can see this both ways, but for you, it's mainly, if not all, your personal program. It's you who is seeing them. If you go and talk to them, they will react. And if you insist in following them, they will follow another larger program you are activating with your attention. And they will lead you to see their department, their lives, and kids. They can see you, but it's only the Matrix who is seeing you. I know this is very out there. It is, but it's okay. I want to learn this. Okay, you said it was mainly my personal program that is seeing them. But what if many people can see them? That's collective from one perspective. But it's also your program to be able to see them interact with one another. If you interact with them, you will be giving them a larger role in your life. Even the horrible ones, like the criminals, are also a reflection of the collective mindset of the real ones. Their outer reflection or manifestation of a problem they have inside, in their minds. Some only have a small role, like a lady selling you your groceries in a store over and over. Others a larger one. But then again, she may be real. We cannot know at first, so we must treat them equally. If you find someone you do not know in the street, you cannot know who that person is, so you must always treat everyone with the same respect. Okay, so the unreal people can also be seen by many people simultaneously. You made an agreement to be able to see those people, as you can also see the same car or train. So they can be seen by multiple people, the exact same way multiple people can see the same empty phone booth. I made an agreement with who? With the Matrix when you went in. Now, how can you tell which one is real and which one is not? When you go deep with them in a talk, they will never be able to think outside the box. They are the ones deep into the system, that go to work every day and hardly complain. Those who attend church faithfully every Sunday. Those who strive to fit into the system. The ones who cannot wake up to higher knowledge, the ones who cannot create outside their scripts, who cannot think outside the box, those who conform to the system are the unreal ones. Very good. Thank you for explaining that. Now let's go back for a moment. You said they are not born. Does it mean that whoever is born is a real person then? Not from your perspective. No, they were not born. They only appeared in front of you walking down the street, and once you pass them, you will never see most of them again. But while you do not know about those people, they represent nothing to you but potential energy. No difference between a man you don't know walking down the street or a post in your way on the sidewalk. So our family, friends, the ones who we know were born, are they real? Since they were born and they don't disappear? No. That's not the way to detect them, because stopping anyone in the street, you will find out they were born and had a life. But it's you who is animating them, giving them a larger role in your experience. The moment you research the history of any one of them, you will discover that they all were born and have interests in life and so on. If you dig into their lives, it's you who are activating other portions of the program, giving them an added value. Okay, but the ones you know were born, like your parents, they had to be born because they gave birth to you. Knowing for sure they were born, that's still not the way to determine they are real? No, that only means you have a larger role for them. But what happens if I see someone getting born? They may be unreal or they may be real. That's not the way to know if someone is real or not. You are just seeing another part of the program. That's irrelevant here because the minute you investigate their lives, they all will have a history and a birth. Okay, wow, that's hard then. So, you said that the ones who don't question anything are very likely not to be real. But also they could be real and just loving the experience of sleeping, no? Because you said the other day, some of them don't wake up on purpose. Yes, that's why you cannot know. But as you know someone more and more, you can notice that that person is incapable of higher understanding. Go ahead, try arguing metaphysics with a traffic cop. Most probably there is no one there. It's just a program to repress the people. Yes, I understand that. It's sad though, because they still seem to have a personality and emotions. They feel pain and joy. Or do they? Do they feel emotions? They will mimic having those emotions. There is no one inside. It's a program for you and or others to see. But I insist, you cannot know, so treat everyone with equal respect. So the emotional reaction they display is fake? There is no one inside to feel that emotion? Correct. Do they know that? Everyone seems to have some sort of awareness. They do work, watch TV, etc. So they do have some kind of thinking there, even if it's basic. The matrix knows. They are part of the matrix. The thinking is collective, and it's not done locally. It comes from the matrix mainframe. So they will have the same opinion about everything, with only slight variations, all script. Can you explain, please, how it works more technically, coming from matrix mainframe? There is one CPU brain with all the programs. It's in the lunar mainframe that controls the matrix. It then goes down using frequencies to the decoder in their heads, brain. What they think everyone thinks, only with the variations they have previously set depending on the situation. It's an interactive computer set program with limited capability. Go to our traffic cop and ask, "How is your matrix tachyonic positronic function for today?" They will not know how to react because it's not in their script, and the matrix will not have a reaction. It will only dismiss with an excuse, nothing intelligent. Insane, but I am starting to capture it slowly. All those who dismiss conspiracy theories, UFOs, monsters and ghosts are matrix or matrixed people, because those things are not from the matrix. They have no intelligent reaction but what the matrix has taught them to do, to react. And that's with the very same comments and reactions. Ghosts. Oh yes, my Aunt Matilda said she saw one once long time ago in Scotland. May not be an Aunt Matilda in Scotland, but it may be Uncle George in Devon the next time. But it's all a program. UFOs. Never proven, but possible. I think it's all hogwash, but I try to keep an open mind. What's the game for today on TV? Monsters. That's a Disney movie, isn't it? Oh, you mean the real ones? That's to frighten the kids. These are examples of matrixed, pre-programmed people. Super interesting, and it does make sense. Thank you, Svaru. Let's go back to our families now. You said unreal people disappear. My family doesn't. Does it mean they are real? Or again, it has nothing to do with it? Are they in front of you now? Are you looking at them now? You are not. So they do disappear. You are only assuming they don't. But they will come back tomorrow. I will speak to them, for example. Only if you want them to. So they go in and out of existence, if unreal? They do for you, yes, they do. Even the real ones do. The unreal ones even more so. There is no past, there is no future, there is only now. What you see is what is now. Everything else, real or unreal, is not. You are only holding it all in your mind. The fact that you can call someone is because you hold that someone in your memory, in your mind. But most of them, should you forget them, they will not become real for you again. Your mind, your perception, your personal way of seeing the world, the universe, is all there is. For you, and you is all what matters now, if it's in your attention, it exists. All the rest doesn't. What I mean is that only the things that are relevant for you exist in your world. The rest does not. This is where the unreal people come into play. They are unreal for you because they are not relevant for you and for your life. And if they become relevant, does it make them real? If we both place enough attention to that concept in the matrix, it eventually will manifest. Yes, then it will become real. Enough attention energy and it will manifest into reality you can see with your 5 senses. I see. Somewhat vaguely, but capturing it more and more. So if I give enough attention and relevance to the non-real person, it makes him or her real? The experience of that person will be real for you, but the person will still be either false or real. I must say that this topic is a lot more complicated than I thought, because I thought it was just a matter of them being biologically real, just without a soul, sort of organic portals, but biologically real. And from our conversation, I see many of them are purely mental constructs, disappearing at some point. No biology there. Okay, let's see this from a purely metaphysical or spiritual concept point of view, and no matrix. You, Gosha, are the only one on earth. Nothing else exists from your point of view. You cannot access other people. Concentrate on your identity, your ego point of view. Is your mother there with you now? No. No. So she only exists where? In your mind and memory. She exists in Poland. Okay, that's in your mind. There is no Poland. All there is what you see now. That room, as long as you focus your attention on something. See how all the rest of the world is held only in your mind? There is no world, only the idea you have that tells you there is a world out there. But you were there before I found out about you. You weren't in my mind, but you were there. Do you mean this relates to various individual parallel universes, perhaps? That's also just an idea. And yes, that as well. That's the truth from your perspective, from your parallel universe. But what I mean is that all there is you. That's what I want to convey. You, Gosha, is all there is. Everything else is also you. All the other people are you again. So are the rocks and the trees. You are source. So all there is in your head. Yes, but this, I feel, is from the highest level of consciousness. It might be hard for many people to grasp this. I worry that they may feel it's not very practical to their lives. It's a very high philosophical and abstract contemplation of what is reality. If they could only understand this, their lives would change dramatically for the better, and all the problems of the world would cease to be. That's how things are. So there is no point in feeling any separation, as everything is also you. Coming back to the unreal people. From that perspective of what you, Gosha, perceive, what are those people you pass in the street and you will never see again? Or even those who you will, but limitedly. They are nothing but potential energy for you, same as a post or a phone booth. No difference, except the one or the meaning you are giving them. For you and your world, that is also you, you are the only one that exists. All the world outside yourself comes from your limited 5 senses. It's nothing but electrical impulses interpreted by your mind program you made with your experience through life. But it's only a subjective interpretation and unique to you. In your case, nothing else exists but yet really. You may be interacting with people who look real because the stimuli on your 5 senses is the same as the one a real person would give you, but it's all in your mind. But this way, all people are like that then, mental. There is no one but me. Real or not, they are all me. But still, you keep calling some unreal. What makes real ones different then? Why do you call some real and others unreal if it's all in my mind anyway? What's the difference between a real person in my mind and non-real one in my mind? Interacting with them casually, you cannot tell the difference. Only when you interact with them at a deeper level. The false ones are the ones deeply embedded in the system, those who fit in, who defend the system. There is no one there. You are interacting with the program. point a soul spectrometer at them, and it will bring the same results as a lamppost. The other is someone having a physical experience there. You cannot know this unless the other person gives something away that is a clue to knowing what is inside. Like someone asking if he or she is a real person, and even getting worried about the possibility of not being real. That is a real one. But remember, they affect you the same way. You must treat them with the same respect. And if they get cut physically, will they bleed? This topic is quite complex for me, but I'm trying to understand. Thank you for your patience. Yes, they will bleed. That's part of the program. If you punch them in the nose, they also will respond with, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Sorry, I'm using slang. That is also part of the program. May also hit you back. But now, the fact that you are observing them also changes them, as you are giving them more script in your life. Can animals be unreal? Same as with people. Some animals of the same species are real, others are not real. Now, this may be shocking. Many real people marry, have children, love and live with unreal people. One of those unreal people may become a portal for a walk-in. So at some point or another, he or she may become a real person. And likewise, being a real person does not guarantee you being one tomorrow. Yes, you told me it was possible to lose a soul. You can lose connection to your higher self. Your soul is not in the body. It only works through the body. So, someone who gets lost, say an artist that was very happy until something happens and they must take a desk job selling insurance for years. Depression after depression. Doing the same in boredom over and over. That soul loses all interest in going into that body. Then a body can function without a soul? I thought all that lives organically, feels, contains some sort of consciousness or soul. So now I learned that the person who was real can lose a soul and it continues to be a biology of a previously real person? Yes, but those are not even biology, they are a goddamn hologram, sorry. Matrix people. If you look closely, they all look the same, and you can even find another almost exactly the same or the same living in the next town. But yes, you are right. A real biological body cannot function without a soul. Just cannot. It keeps on going with a tiny little thread of connection, the silver thread you know of, and it will fall to cancers and other things like dementia and Alzheimer, for example. Even autism can come in here. But it does not for long. This is also the reason for many illnesses. How do you know if you are still real or not? It's an inner knowing. It's the spark of life. You know because of what other person does and says. The passion for living, questioning everything like you do now. That's a real person. You just know it. Okay, and what happens with the children between the real one and unreal one? Some may be unreal, some real. For what it all matters, in the end, the experience is what counts, as we said earlier. So for all it matters, they are all real. Can the unreal ones love, feel love, or is that emulated too? Everything is emulated. But to fully notice what's going on, you probably need a 5D point of view. And if you end up loving one unreal person, you can, and it happens. If it fulfills the real person, it is meaningful. In my opinion, never as fulfilling as having a real partner. The dichotomy about all this is that people can be both unreal and real to you, the real one. The organic portal here is understood as something more negative, used by the archons. Is that so? That is correct. Those are the ones that use the organic portals the most, but not only. Are some reptiles unreal too? Yes, the same for them. Some real, some unreal. Are reptiles manifesting the matrix too? Do they have that power? Yes, but not exactly. They cannot because they are not entirely in it. Where are they? They are behind society, not in society. They do manifest the matrix through influenced people. Is it possible that some real people that seem matrixed are earth beings, Gaians, just not interested in higher matters, and not necessarily unreal people? Yes, and most are. Most are real people in the matrix and living as best as they can with it, and they are real and having an experience. They are also influenced by archons, whispering things to them. They will perceive them to be like their own thoughts. What is the purpose of those unreal people? You said once that it was to instigate the emotional reaction in the real people. Can you say something more about the purpose of them being here, apart from maintaining the matrix? The purpose is the same one of any set, like in a film, to give you background to whatever you want to live. They are complements, extras in a movie. They are not even people. They are just energy that looks like people. A like energy sometimes looks like a newspaper stand or a garbage bin. No different. To give you more context to your story. But they are all in your mind literally. And yes, to instigate an emotional response in you. That is to give spice to your life sauce. Make it meaningful as an experience. Are they being projected strictly from our mind, or is the technology on the moon involved, like them being holograms or something projected from there? These minds are creating them. But then Matrix reads your mind and projects it all out. Your mind is so much more powerful than what you can imagine. As I never get tired of saying, the idea that you are limited is the only thing that is limiting you. Because you can create anything, because you already have. You are Source. You are not even part of Source, as many on Earth say. You are it. Even the other real people are just yourself in a mirror. It's what I feel too. I have always sensed myself this way, as I was the source itself in creative movement. The next question is related to children dying somewhere in Africa, for example. Could some of them be unreal too? Yes, they are unreal. Maybe some real ones there as well, but mostly unreal. They are to set an example of what not to be and what not to do. If you know about them on your TV, they are not part of your life. They remind you that you must not create that. Okay, the last question about the unreal people. So, if the unreal ones are good and positive, can they become a real person, get a soul? Yes, they can. They can gain a soul, mainly as a walk-in. That's because they are portals, and it depends on their frequency. It will determine what frequency match they are compatible with. And their frequency depends on the role the real people around them may give them, the roles around them assigned to them. But if they are not biology, How can they suddenly become a biology after the walk-in? They suddenly become biology because you and the other real ones manifested that for them. That's how powerful you are, and this is literal. ¿Y cómo os gustó esta información? ¿Cómo os gustó? A mí me gustó mucho, es interesante, pero como ya os dije al inicio, no era lo que yo imaginaba antes. Me sorprende porque yo de alguna manera ya me he encontrado con este concepto y no era lo que yo imaginaba porque, no sé, siempre pensé que todos, absolutamente todos en la Tierra y en el universo, tenemos el alma, tenemos la esencia espiritual, que simplemente en algunos casos no está activada, que la gente está dormida, que en muchos casos sí, pero no sabía y no pensaba que existen personas absolutamente vacías. Esto me sorprendió bastante. Entonces, bueno, pero eso también explica muchas cosas y muchas cosas encajan. También me sorprendió el elemento de ellos, las personas no reales, siendo, bueno, perceptualmente a nosotros, al menos biológicos, pero que básicamente somos nosotros que estamos activando con nuestra mente su biología. Yo simplemente pensé que, bueno, la gente no real puede ser un ser totalmente biológico que no está creado por nadie mentalmente, pero existe biológicamente, pero no tiene alma. También consideraba esto antes, pero no imaginaba que somos nosotros mentalmente que estamos activando desde dentro de la Matrix la existencia de estas personas no reales. Yo no pensaba que el concepto de la gente no real es tan mental, que estamos como ya dije, dándoles vida con nuestra mente a esta gente, con nuestra mente, y eso solamente demuestra e indica más aún qué poderosa es vuestra mente. Es algo que es Varu siempre, pero siempre indica que somos tan poderosos, que es más poderosos que imaginamos. Por ejemplo, cuando habla de algunas escenas y personas no siendo reales, y como que, por ejemplo, la semana que viene nos encontramos otra vez con esta escena y esta gente, es que puede ser, como ya dijo ella, que nuestra mente estamos recreando otra vez esta escena, pero mientras, cuando no estamos ahí a presenciarla, esta escena y estas personas simplemente desaparecen, no existen. Existen en vuestra mente, en el momento de nuestra interactuación con esta situación o con esas personas. Estamos activándoles, dándoles vida, dándoles el papel en nuestro juego. Porque de esto se trata. Estas personas forman parte de nuestro teatro, de esta vida, de esta simulación. Entonces son como extras en nuestra vida. Y de hecho quiero decir que Dolores Cannon también hablaba mucho de la gente no real. Ella les llamaba, en inglés backdrop people, pero en español sería gente del fondo, más o menos ahí, gente de relleno, gente de cuales ya hablaban también otras personas aparte de Dolores Cannon. También Michelle Walling, Guy Needler, Guy Needler, Michelle Walling, aquí pondré links, también hablan de estas personas no reales, extras de nuestras películas. Y sí, parecen como son biología, encima sangran, mueren, pero es porque nosotros, con nuestra mente, ya sé que suena muy difícil asimilar esto, pero somos nosotros mentalmente que estamos dándoles esta existencia, estamos creando hasta su propia biología, o lo que parece a nuestros receptores de cerebro lo que es biología de estas personas, porque no la tienen de verdad.
ni se nacen. Y cuando estamos viéndoles sufrir, no tienen de verdad nadie dentro que está recibiendo y percibiendo este sufrimiento. Es la Matrix, el programa principal colectivo que está observando, que está recibiendo estos datos. Entonces, ya sé que es bastante fuerte esta información, pero bueno, también encaja con muchas cosas y explica varias cosas. También he leído sobre esto en varios otros puntos que la gente no real, ellos al momento de la ascensión, de la salida del Matrix 3D, ellos simplemente desaparecerán porque forman parte de 3D, nunca se han nacido, no existen en el mundo real, existen dentro de la simulación. Si esto es como una simulación 3D limitada, juego virtual, pues la gente que se han nacido, no se han nacido, pero que aparecen dentro de esta Matrix, permanecerán aquí, no se irán con nosotros al mundo 5D, simplemente desaparecerán porque de verdad no tienen la existencia afuera de esta Matrix. Entonces, bueno, esto nos deja un poco más tranquilos sobre algunas personas que parecen que no tienen esta capacidad de entender cosas espirituales, y a veces estamos como intentando mucho explicar algunas cosas, pero esto nos debería dar un poco de tranquilidad, que todo está bien, que no hay que forzar la información a nadie, porque puede ser que no hay nadie dentro que lo está recibiendo. Es increíble esto, pero también hay que respetar a todos, porque simplemente porque no está recibiendo la información, tampoco quiere decir que no hay nadie dentro. Puede ser que hay una persona real, pero simplemente no está deseando estar despierta en este momento. Entonces también hay que respetar todos igualmente en el mismo nivel, porque no sabemos quién es quién. Muchas gracias por estar aquí conmigo otra vez viendo este video. El siguiente video será el nuevo artículo de Svaru, que se llama Biogenética número 2, porque ella está como desarrollando la idea que ya tocó Robert en su canal. Entonces haré un pequeño resumen de su video, que es el tema muy importante, y el siguiente artículo de Svaru también será muy fuerte, muy intenso, con mucha información nueva. Pues muchas gracias, saludos a todos como siempre, y nos vemos en el siguiente video. Hasta luego, adiós. Hello, this is a new video update about our cosmic Pleiadian communication. I'm here with Robert today. This is the Robert I have been talking to you about. I've been telling you about. He's my target and communication partner, and this experience happened to both of us. We have both separate YouTube channels. His YouTube channel is Despejando Enigmas. Hello, Robert.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
And you, I'm fine, no?
Oh, that's good. That's very nice. Very nice English. Yeah, he doesn't speak much English. He says he understands, but so it's a shame that he can't be with me during these updates, because he knows a lot of things and he has a lot of information. And when we do our updates in Spanish with both of us right here, and we both share what we know, and it's a different dynamic than just me speaking. So that's why I wanted to bring him here and just for a quick hello. Yes, did you understand?
Yes. Que ha dicho que diga feliz año nuevo.
Okay. I will continue now by myself, but we just wanted to say Happy New Year.
Yes, sorry, I speak English, but next year I speak English.
You think?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Okay, Happy New Year, and I'll see you right now.
Ciao.
Well, here I am by myself now. So I would like to share with you some some information. It's not completely new because yes, we actually still don't have the communication with our Taigetan friends. Since November the 7th, they have disappeared, and I think they are up to something really important. Something important is happening. They have to have a good reason why they are gone. We are waiting patiently for their return. We hope so. And in the meantime, I have been reviewing the conversation from the past, because there are a lot of conversations from the past and a lot of interesting little details that I would like to share with you. By the way, I have a playlist with all the videos, because all the videos they follow a certain order. So if you happen just to pop in this video or any other video, I would like you to go back to the beginning. I will just now put the link, and in every video there is a link to the playlist. And if you go to the playlist, all the videos will play from the beginning, and this way you can follow the order of those videos. Okay. In fact, in the beginning we were talking about Taigetan Pleiadians starseeds currently present on Earth, because every race, and even within the Pleiades there are so many different races, and all of them have their group of incarnated starseeds here, and they usually track them. They are protected. They follow them usually, from my understanding. And Taigetans have initially they had 2,500 TP Taigetan Pleiadians starseeds walking on Earth. This includes starseeds walking soul is the soul that enters at some point during a person's life. It's some kind of interchange or some kind of agreement to enter at a later point in life. So include 2,500 Taigetans, starseeds, walkings, and walk downs all together. What's a walk down? Walk down, it's actually a physical Taigetan Pleiadian coming down, walking Earth, basically. There are not many of them, very few, and from what I understand, they don't stay here very long. But yes, it's an interesting fact. 2,500 initially. In this, we have 2,000 females and 500 males. And later on, when we were talking with Varu, at that point, the number changed, and she said there are, as of now on Earth, 2,371 remaining of the initial 2,500. Just an interesting fact. It doesn't seem like a lot, but just keep in mind what I said in the beginning, that every race has their group of starseeds. So together, thinking about how many races there are out there, together there are quite a lot of starseeds. And they are doing their work. Even though if you are one of them and you're not conscious of your work, just being here, you are contributing. Believe me, you are contributing. There's no need to look for a very complicated mission. You are already contributing to the cause just by being here. And so many people ask, why aren't the ETs helping, for example? And this is where it kind of gets frustrating for me, because frustrating is because people don't understand exactly what's happening. First of all, they are helping. They have been helping for many years from the orbit, okay, fighting the reptilians and everything. So they are out there, and they are helping through the starseeds. They are actually them. It's them here working as starseeds on Earth. This is the way, a very important and very difficult way to help. Do you know the amount of sacrifice that these extraterrestrials have to be going through being incarnated here on Earth? It's not paradise here. It's difficult. It's so much more difficult to be in a 3D than in a 5D existence. So they are not helping. They are helping. They are here. They are helping to the point of being here. They personally sacrificed their personal lives to come here. They abandoned their homes, their friends and families to be here within the earth and to help from the inside. They have been doing a lot from the outside and from the inside. So that's that. That's on the Tagetan Pleiadians on Earth. Interesting fact. Okay, now I would like to go to the video that I made about non-real people. Remember when I was talking about non-real people, how some people are matrix people. They are basically hologram people projected somewhere from the moon installations, and they have no souls. Now, this is the conversation that I had with Zoe as the result of quite a strong impact that this video had on the Spanish audience. The people were quite worried, started to analyze their family members, their friends, who is real, who is not real, how I know I am real. So we had the conversation with Varu, and I had a follow-up video where I was addressing this issue a little bit with Varu, and I want to show you what she said about this topic, about people's concerns. But before I share this with you, I want to just say a couple of my own words. Becoming open to these realities, including unreal people, is part of the awakening process and transformation process. Okay? We have all decided to take the red pill. Remember the movie Matrix? Neo, blue pill, the red pill. Red pill, you wake up and you wake up to the reality, to the facts. And so becoming aware of these things, of all these elements of the reality, such as unreal people, is a part of the transformation process and waking up. We have all decided to do this, and now we have to be strong enough to face what's coming. And unreal people is just a little part of what's coming. Extraterrestrials, when they reveal themselves, they're going to come with all kinds of information of all kinds, of all types. It's not just going to be love and light, but they are going to come with strong and intense facts and things that we have never even considered, and things that we have not been accustomed to. And opening ourselves to these realities, even though they are uncomfortable, it's the part of the shift and of becoming a 5D person. Basically, what I want is just say tough, okay? I know it sounds a bit cold, but basically, if we want to, if we declare we are ready, then we are ready for whatever it is, for whatever is going to be revealed. I'm ready for the truth. Whatever the truth might mean. So the unreal people, the matrix people, are the part of this uncomfortable truth. But if this is what we have decided to follow, the truth, this is what we have to embrace ourselves for now. And now this is Svaru's words about this subject. Because people were worried about losing family and friends. Also about losing the family and friends during the transformation process and the awakening and the ascension process. Some people will just like chip away, will fall away from your life. And she says, about losing family and friends. Yes, that's true, and it hurts. It will hurt. But you don't lose them like they are there next to your bed and then they are not the next second. It's a process and it's already occurring. When your belief systems begin to differ from the ones of your family and friends, they will start to drift away from you naturally. No matter how strong the bond may have been once, no matter if it's your father or mother or your spouse, your best friend. You simply cannot be the same one you were before. And things that the other did and you saw as normal will no longer be tolerable. like your Saturday night meetings with friends, eating hamburgers and getting drunk as you did before. But it's you who has changed, you who has evolved. They stayed behind and they are further and further away from your frequency. You may make a great effort to be with them as you did before, in spite what you now know. But that's just a stage you must go through, and one of many. It's unsustainable because it means that you must deny yourself to comply with the wishes of others. Eventually, you will be forced to let go. Let old family friends follow their own path. You cannot change them. They cannot follow where you are going. So this is more relating not so much to the unreal people, but about the people drifting from your life during this whole ascension process. Nothing more to add. These words were enough, I think, what Svaru said. But now I am asking. Thank you, Svaru. What can you tell people who are worried about their family members not being real? What can you add to calm their worries? And now she says, they must indeed understand that it's them who is making them real. So, in a sense, they are real people. Their experience with them is what matters. They need not worry about this. And from the wider point of view, they are not real, many of them, and it hurts when you see they are not. Now, to know if you are real, the single fact that you are questioning the possibility that you may or may not be defines you as real. Okay, this is an important point. How to know you are real? If you are questioning, if you are asking yourself this very, very question, metaphysically, if you are able of this introspection, then you are real. Basically, that's what it is. Now, I ask, what can you say to the hurt people at the possibility of their family members not being real? She responds, the real people make the unreal real to their experience. Okay, I have to explain this. What she means that, as she always explains, all there is in the universe from the wider metaphysical perspective, all there is you. You are the only one that exists. There's only one consciousness, and that's you, that's me, that's whoever. There's nothing else, there's no one else. So, metaphysically speaking, so whatever matters, the only thing that matters to me, to my experience, is my experience. So, even if I'm interacting with something that from some other perspective may not be real, what makes it real to me is my interaction and my experience with that thing. So it doesn't really matter if it's a real person or not, because the experience, the feeling, the interaction, the emotions, the impact, the impressions that I have afterwards is what is real and what is making it real. And that's what really matters. That's what she says. The real people make the unreal people real to their experience. All real people have an inner knowing. They must learn to listen. If someone feels definitely real to them, then they are. Unreal people don't connect to you as much as the real ones. But yes, it does hurt when you realize that they may not be real people. I'm sorry if my words are unkind, but that's simply the way it is. You may be married to a good man, but he may be always cold, but a good provider and a good husband. But there is a certain coldness in his look, a barrier you are not allowed to pass. As a woman, you take that as a masculine trait, perhaps and maybe accept it. But in the end, you know inside something is wrong. Well, this is just an example. By the way, a very important disclaimer. Let's not go around analyzing who is real, who is not, just based on if someone is cold and doesn't have the ability to connect, or if they are not interested in spiritual subjects, because maybe they are real but simply not ready to be awakened yet. It's very important to respect everybody the same way, everybody the same way, because we have just no way of knowing from the inside, from here, from 3D, no way of knowing who is real and who is matrix. So everybody has to be treated the same way. Very important. Now, I ask, how can they calm their hurt? I feel that this video might filter out some people, those who are ready to face this and those who are not. It is deceiving. Svaru responds, yes, it will be a filter, for better or for worse. In Biology 3, the article which I already published, Biology 3, I am talking about clones and how they have infiltrated society and will each time more and more. I guess we must expect a reaction similar to this one. And yes, the reaction was quite strong. Now I asked, because someone asked this question too, why is this information important to know? People say that it makes everyone more confused and going crazy looking for the unreal ones around them. My question is, what does this information serve? I know it is a part of the 5D awakening. We are waking up to the rules of the game. What else can you add to that, please? Svaru. It serves to awaken people to consider other probabilities and other ways of looking at things. As you said, it's part of the awakening. You are growing, and it sometimes hurts to grow. People must know that the concept is not new, and it's widely accepted as true in places like India, Nepal, China, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Japan. Not as direct as how we stated it, but it's there. But essentially, people should go on with their lives, love their relatives the same way, and not worry, as that serves no purpose and no good for them. Now I ask, what if someone with a twisted mind reads this and goes shooting people, saying they are not real anyway? What can you say about that? Svaru responds, if someone acts like that, they would immediately be defined as unreal themselves. Only more matrix reacting to programs and reasons that we discussed thoroughly in other videos. Yes, because she discussed the fact that when you put out the information to break the matrix, to liberate people from the matrix is programmed to defend itself. That's how it is programmed, to defend itself but to counterattack. But another thing that defines unreal people is their complete lack of interest in spiritual concepts and ideas, such as this one. So no unreal people with such a destructive mentality would ever be looking at the video anyway. So it's not an issue from my point of view. The unreal ones will simply not see the information, and if somehow they do, they will not really consider it. Whoever watched the video and reacts that way has not yet understood the message, much less that treat everyone with equal respect, especially the animals, including insects part. Now, someone sent me a message, one of the viewers of this video, and said, yesterday night, I couldn't sleep at night. I was going crazy, trying to assimilate and digest the information. And I asked Svaru, how would you calm someone like that a bit? And Svaru responds, listen to this. Why do they need to be calm about this? I mean, it's hard information to assimilate, but there are tougher things we haven't even discussed yet. They are having a strong reaction to information that is completely out of their comfort zone. Their reactions are understandable. But they must know that processing information like this one is a necessary part of spiritual growth. I'm sorry, Gosha. Perhaps it is I who is having trouble understanding human reactions. And then I say, do you have false people there? I mean the ones without the soul in 5D? And she says, as a spiritual concept, it applies here as well, yes. The spiritual concept meaning, like I explained before, that the only consciousness and reality that exists is you. And metaphysically speaking, they are all part of you. Everything else is part of you. But it's more complicated to see or to consider, because here you will not find a single Tagetan who will not be interested in high spirituality and the advancement of the soul. They all question, they all think. They are all clearly creators that will not fall into victim mode. I ask, but as a technological concept, a hologram, false matrix person, it doesn't apply, right? In 5D. You don't have completely false ones empty inside. Hologram people walking around passing for real ones. And she says, it doesn't as a technological concept of reality. It doesn't apply. That's only for the lunar 3D matrix. Here, the unreal people concept is only a philosophical one. So that's about the unreal people acceleration. Clarification. Acceleration is from Spanish. I translate from Spanish all the time. I have just one more thing about the unreal people. I asked how to recognize the unreal animal, because actually just as there are unreal people, there are also unreal animal, matrix animal. It's crazy. It sounds crazy, but yes, it's a fact. So she says, well, I asked how to recognize, because we can't talk to them, we can't assess in a way. And she says, the same way as with people, but it's harder with animals, as you cannot connect with them as easy as they are another species. But observe how they may react, very robotic, very instinctive in ways, exactly as they are supposed to behave. Notice how they advance and enjoying life outside the instinct and outside the expected reaction from a cat or a dog. And you know what? We all have animals and pets, so well, most of us, I think, or part of us, and you know, we know when we feel there is someone inside this dog or a cat. I have a little dog called Crockett, and I always say he's not a dog. It's like it's a little person living inside with a personality, the way he looks at you, the way he does things. He's a strong character. He doesn't act according to the instinct like as a dog is supposed to behave. Yes, in some ways, yes, he is a dog, but he's also, you know, following his own life and his own perception of life. You can definitely see there is a consciousness with emotions and with the awareness and with personality. So that's what she is referring to. That's what she is referring to here. The real ones, she says, are like more mental. I don't mean crazy. Very mental. I meant like there is clearly someone in there enjoying life. Mental as in clearly a thinking, perceiving reality, creating sentient being. They are real because you know you are, and you can see they are as well. But as you can never know for sure, especially concerning animals, we must always respect them all as if they were real. And this, as I said before, also relates to the people. Okay, so that's about the subject of the unreal people and unreal animals. Okay, then we were talking about a little bit, okay, yes, because in the beginning of our conversations, I asked about Corey Good, if his information is correct, etc. So she doesn't have 100% take on Corey Good. It seems that he's not negative. She says negative to the best of my knowledge. His information is just a little outdated and with some accuracy problems. So that's her take on Corey Good, very general take. But then I asked about Mars. I say, some insiders say they already have colonies on Mars. Is that true? And she responds, and it's interesting here. She confirms basically the colonies on Mars situation. Oh, Mars, that's a totally different story. That's true. I've been following many people like Andrew Basaggio. They go to and from there using portals to jump over the Federation blockade. There are colonies there. Mars is divided into 3 regions. the reptilian and cabal side, where the colonies are, the mantis side, and the grey Maitre side. The borders are more militarized than the North and South Korea border on Earth, and the military tensions there are high. Many Marines from Earth, US Marines, go there for a tour of service. Also projects to permanently move civilians there, like the ones exposed by Laura Eisenhower. And those portals are a headache for the Federation, as they are very difficult to shut down. And there are many as well. Jump rooms, portals, stargates, all basically the same thing. They work with the same principle as a warp drive engine in a starship, only inverted. So that's the confirmation about the Mars situation. That's it, okay? I'm not going to have more information about Mars at this point. Just wanted to share that little piece of information. Now, do you know that actually Svaru was working on a story about her own life? She never really finished it. We stopped the communication stopped with her, so there's no way of knowing if she's continuing with this or probably not at the moment, but she already started it. She was going to write an article about herself, about her life, about her adventures. It was gonna be very interesting. She says here, I will describe my world, my life, and my adventures in the ships. And that will be very sci-fi. But hey, what would anyone expect? Me to be mundane? I am the extraterrestrial. I've been concentrating too much on giving neutral messages. More like what any other would give, any other spiritual channel. That's enough. So yes, she felt like giving more information, more extraterrestrial information. At some point, she wanted. Although I feel like she already has. She already gave us a lot of information that is not mundane or normal spiritual for me at all. But yes, she wanted to step it up even more and give more extraterrestrial facts. By the way, someone said that, for example, the subject of cloning was not necessarily useful to them. And this is her response about this. By the way, there are no empty subjects here. Some men said that telling them about the clones isn't helpful. Isolated, maybe. But it's part of a whole. You need to understand it all for you to be able to have the parameters to understand reality and the rest of what's coming. That's what I was telling you about the unreal people. This is a part of what's coming and part of venturing ourselves into the 5D reality. The 5D reality and the extraterrestrials, they're going to come with this kind of information. It's not just going to be rainbow and doves flying above our heads. It's going to be all kinds of tough information. So the clone reality is one of them. You can do a lot against the clones and about everything else. Humanity is and are the creators of reality. That's why the negative ones take on so much trouble to mind control you all. And I think this is the key of Svaru's messages. This is the central point of all this, to empower us and to make us realize we have the power to create and change and choose the reality that we want to experience. The concept of poor, little, useless, powerless me is destroying your personal world and your collective world. To be in that mindset is not good for you. Yet, I also do understand your powerless point of view, and it's also valid. You choose. It's your experience. Someone who says that he feels powerless against reptiles, his point of view is valid as well. He is right. He is not wrong. But that's not the only way you can live. Not the only way to see things, to interpret reality. I want people to understand this. To be able to hold multiple truths, multiple points of view. I see things with multiple points of view and many of them conflict. I know that's my fault for not disclosing holographic thinking first. Yes, because that's the point. All truths and all interpretations of reality are valid for the person who is holding such views or interpretations of reality. If this is what you believe, this is your reality, this is how it is. Okay, it's valid. It doesn't mean that the other person's interpretation is not valid. Multiple truths, holographic thinking, especially because everybody is a separate individual parallel universe in themselves. It just seems like we are living in a collective one because they cross. But basically, you are living in a separate universe, I am living in a separate universe. It's just that we are both observing the same point and our universes meet and cross and match. At the same time, we are one. This is holographic thinking. We all have separate universes where we live and perceive, but at the same time, we are all fractals of the one. There is just one consciousness. There is just you, grand you. You are me and I am you. Crazy metaphysical realities. Yes, but it's a holographic thinking. So yes, someone who believes they are powerless, that's their truth, that's their reality, that's where they choose to focus their perception on, that's what's going to be the fact for that person. And but she's telling us there are other ways of interpreting and perceiving reality and perceiving themselves. We are not victims. Enough of this. This is like one of the most important things that she always stresses. No more victimism, please. You are not victims. Wake up, wake up. Now, okay. Let's see. I think that's it. Yes, this is it because I already did this before. Okay, so I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who has been with me in this channel this year. 2018 was amazing because it brought us the continuation and the deepening of our communication with the Taiketan friends, and we hope then 2019, actually not just we hope, we know, because we are the creators of the reality, right? So we have to observe that as a fact, that 2019 is going to bring us a lot more, and it's going to bring us more adventures, more knowledge, more information, more transformation, and we are, all of us, in a positive, beautiful, harmonious, collective timeline. So 2019, here we go. 2019, we are ready for much more. We are strong and capable and all powerful. I'm talking about all of us here. So thank you very much. Let's continue enjoy this adventure. Thank you again, and happy New Year to everybody. Bye bye.